It is not a case that for satisfying the collective conscience of the society simpliciter, the decision has been taken. So at least when the Chief Minister of a state talks about it, he must at least ensure that he has gone through the entire judgment and articulation is such, and in the same judgment legal process or no,
I'd like to go back.
Guru was, Professor Gilani was acquitted or not? That lady offender was acquitted or not? Therefore, the same process, many one who were given also capital punishment by the session judge,
no, so what
by the High Court, confirmed by the Supreme Court.
No, Mr. Tiwari says that that the Chief Minister is entitled to his point of view.
No, certainly he is entitled to his point of view, but he is also a Chief Minister of a state where certain forces sponsored from across the border
Mr. Tiwari
are trying to spread canard. When he makes this statement, there has to be a caution and also a caveat. That's what I'm saying.
That's the point. Mr. Tiwari, on that I'm sure you concede that the Chief Minister has to be very responsible. He cannot be allowed a scope of misinterpretation which can end up compromising the interests of the nation. And when he says there, when he repeats the point of view that on whether there was a fair trial, he risks doing that.
You know, Mr. Goswami, that on the interpretation of the Supreme Court judgment, it is quite possible that you, I and Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad may just be on the same page, but that does not mean that somebody cannot have a contrary view. And therefore, if he contextualizes his contrary view in terms of as to how he interprets the judgment, but then fairly concedes that it is his responsibility to deal with the implications and the fallout of the event or the act of having awarded capital punishment, I think he is addressing the issue holistically. So therefore, I think you need to be a little
the Chief Minister,
a little patient, a little magnanimous in the manner in which you interpret the statement. I think it may make for a good television show. That Mr.
Tiwari,
to sort of cherry pick a word here or nitpick a word there. But let's also understand that here is a man and here is a party which has withstood the onslaught of separatists, of terrorists, over a period of decades. It's not a question of a year or 2 years, but over a question of decades.
Sure.
So to really question their credentials and say that they're behaving in a responsible manner, is absolutely out of line.
Right.
Is absolutely out of line, because by doing that, you are really playing into the hands of all those forces who want to undermine the nationalist presence
Mr.
in Jammu
Tiwari,
and Kashmir. I don't think that's a responsible way of doing it.
Well, Mr. Tiwari, that's your view. You have a right to have your view. But certainly I know that deep within you may have your one minute.
That's precisely what I'm saying.
That's your view, but I can understand. I can understand your view.
Maybe on the same page.
No, Mr. Tiwari.
Mr. Tiwari. Maybe on the same page in terms of our interpretation of the Supreme Court judgment.
Mr. Tiwari.
But that does not mean that essentially, somebody else also has to have the same interpretation, chapter and verse.
No, nobody needs to. But at the end of the day, we are not talking of an activist. We're talking of a Chief Minister. That is the most critical part. I have one last question here to Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, and I want to spend a few minutes on this before I wrap up. Mr. Prasad, I know you'll tell me that it's my same old rant. The BJP's 2009 manifesto, and I quote from it, says, BJP will send out a simple message loud and clear to terrorists and their sponsors. They will have to pay a heavy price for each innocent life lost. Retribution, these are your words, will be swift and exemplary. The authority of the state, which has been diminished by the Congress in pursuit of vote bank politics, shall be restored. Mr. Prasad, why does this manifesto not seem to be applying in the context of the killers of Rajiv Gandhi and Beyan Singh? Especially the killers of Beyan Singh.
I would tell you very clearly, Arnav Goswami, yes, in the context of the enormity of the threat country is suffering from terrorism, particularly from across the border, the firmness of the state is required to be established.
Yes.
We hold the view, in case of Afzal Guru, there has been delayed.
In Punjab.
But now that it is done, I don't want to politicize the issue. As far as the case of Punjab is concerned, a couple of days earlier, I was with you in the same channel. The BJP's view we have reiterated. We don't discriminate. But he has got the right for a consideration of his clemency. It is pending before the president. Let it be disposed of. In case of Rajiv Gandhi's killer, it was a very unfortunate incident.
No, tell me in the
very,
case
very
of Punjab.
for the country.
In the case of Punjab, the Supreme Court has said the whole thing is a drama. That's the observation of the court.
Arnab Goswami, I'm sorry to say I don't wish to debate on issue on certain observations, howsoever provocative may be. Because as senior lawyer, let me remind you, there have been cases where very provocative observations have been made and they are not reflected in the final judgment.
No. Okay, but let's take a broader view. Okay, let's not take that because let's not get into. But shedding its soft state image.
Please.
Shedding its soft state image, which the Congress party did execute Afzal Guru. My question to you is on Mr. Rajwana. Are you on the back foot on Rajwana? Can I get a comment from Manish Tiwari? Manish Tiwari, what is the position of the Congress party?
Please.
On the Rajwana case. I'll get
I only want that the clemency should be disposed of at the earliest. And the law should take its own course.
The man is not seeking clemency. The state of Punjab is seeking clemency on his behalf. Manish Tiwari, yes, please.
Well, I think, Arnab, you need to realize that every clemency petition, whether filed by the convict himself or filed by the next of kin or filed by his friend, needs to be considered in the unique facts and circumstances in which that particular case is located. So therefore, to extrapolate from one situation and to really lump everything together is not, I think, a fair way of looking at it. We are dealing with extremely sensitive. We are we are dealing with with matters which have been qualified by the statute, by the Supreme Court as the rarest of rare cases, and I think there needs to be a certain sense of responsibility and restraint which needs to be displayed on all sides. What the UPA government has demonstrated is that we do not politicize these matters. We allow legal and judicial processes to unfold. We allow constitutional processes, to play themselves out. So therefore, my request to you would be that let's, when discussing the issue of capital punishment, be very restrained and
yes,
be very
Mr. Tiwari,
but in our articulation.
Yeah, surely, but it is also a matter of fact and a matter of public knowledge and a matter of discussion, not just in the media, but in the highest courts of this country, that most unfortunately these cases have been guided in the past by political considerations. So the questions will be put, but clearly on both sides I see that there is
May I also make a very generic observation? A former Chief Justice of India, when he was asked about his views on capital punishment, he says, I personally do not subscribe to it, but I will implement it till the time, since it is there on the statute.
So what is your position?
When you are talking about capital punishment, when you're talking about capital punishment, there is no one size that fits all.
Sure.
Each case rests on its
What is your position on Rajwana?
And each case, there is no question of me or anybody else taking a position on it, and neither should you take a position on it.
I am asking a question.
Should be taken by those people who are. I'm replying to that. I'm replying to that. The position should be taken by those people who are charged with the responsibility of dealing with the mercy petition on the unique facts and circumstances.
Well, in that case, I take your point. Just before, I'd like to only point out one thing. I'd like to point out one thing. What you say is fantastic, but let me remind you, Manish Tiwari and even Ravi Shankar Prasad, you know this, that it was the government of Punjab which made a statement that Rajwana will not be executed even while it was filing a petition in the case on the matter. So they already had predisposed themselves to which way this case will go. But I take your point, let there be no politics, but then let political parties do no politics over such cases. Manish Tiwari and Ravi Shankar Prasad, thank you very much for debate number 2.
Well, I completely agree with you. Even political parties should desist.
Absolutely. Let's see if they do. Thank you very much.